Hi guys, Jerry here. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. There's a lot to it, so there might be a part B. Basically, I'm addicted to opiates. I'm always going to be an addict. I'm in recovery, but I'm always going to be an addict. This has been the toughest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life, but I found a way out. Basically, it started with tramadol. I started using tramadol for back pain because I was doing construction. Eventually, I started taking those by the handfuls. I mean, literally 20 at a time. And so I did that for about 3 or 4 years. I was actually buying those over the counter or over the internet. And just doing those like crazy. Get out of there! Go! Juicy, go! So, tramadol wasn't doing it because you build a tolerance fairly quick to opiates. So, I was introduced to oxys and hydros, and the addict that I am, I would take those by the handfuls. I did some pretty bad things, I ruined my business. I'm not gonna say that it was all the pills. There was a lot of things that happened with the business. I'm gonna do another video about that later on, but right now I just want to talk about my opiate addiction and how I can help. So eventually, taking handfuls of oxys and oxycodones, those weren't working either, so I actually started using the needle. I never shared with anybody. I was always smart like that, as messed up as I was. I always I didn't share. I started doing that. I actually was very manipulating and told some people, if you don't give me your oxys, I'm going to go turn around and go do heroin. I mean, just some of the things that I did was just so terrible. Now I have a lot of amends to make, but that's a whole nother story. So I was introduced to a product called Kratom. It's a leaf that's grown in Indonesia. They ground it into a powder. You can get it in capsules or powder form. I started taking that. It didn't do anything for me. At that time, I was looking for, an opiate high. And because that's what made me feel good. Like after years of taking opiates, like your receptors, I think about it like this. Here's your brain. It's kind of like a bridge, You make natural opiate, the receptors are naturally filled. Over a time of taking a lot of pills, your bridge just kind of goes like this, It's kind of, you can't quite cross that bridge. So, over the years, it just messes up your brain. You can't. So, someone's gave me a piece of Suboxone, and I felt amazing, it gave me energy and everything else, but eventually, that Suboxone, she wanted to keep me on it for 4 years, I was pawning everything I could to get this script, just, terrible, and, so I was on Suboxone for a very long time, and then I would end up selling to it or taking too much, and then I'd withdraw, so I'm consistently withdrawing, and an opiate withdrawal is terrible, one of the worst things I've ever done, but you know what? Suboxone withdrawal is 10 times worse, and so this is their way of saying, okay, we're going to get you off of pills, but we're going to give you the Suboxone that is just like it, you can abuse it just as much. People can abuse anything. Coffee, food, vitamins. You can die from drinking too much water, die from vitamins, so people are just going to abuse things. But of course, I'm starting to abuse Suboxone. So, I did that for many years. Um, I did some other drugs, which I'm not going to get into that part. This is just about the opiates. Eventually, I moved away, and I moved to Arkansas. Once I got to Arkansas, I found Kratom again. And this time it worked because you got to measure out the right dosage and find your dosage eventually so it started working. It gave me energy, so I quit doing pills. I mean, it's a supplement. I take it daily. It's not like pharmaceuticals where they're potent enough you take a couple. It's any herb you take, you're gonna have to take several times a day because it's just in a larger amount of it, because herbs, that's just the way it is. So I thank God every day that I found Kratom. It's helped me in my life more than I can imagine. I got a lot of things to make right. I'm here, I'm in Jamestown. I'm going to do what I have to do to make things right in this town. I know a lot of people are upset with me over contracting stuff. I went to jail, I did my time. But I'm here, I got to give back to the community. So the way I'm going to give back to the community, I'm going to give people free samples. If you need free samples, if anybody's dealing with alcoholism, anxiety, depression, pain. This stuff works so well that people use it to come off of heroin. Thank God I never had to do heroin. Thank God for that. But my number is 479-502-2716. Give me a call or message me on Facebook for free samples. It'll change your life and save your life. God bless.